next challenge is entitled Cumulative Array Sum. You are to create a function that takes an array of numbers and returns an array where each number is the sum of itself plus all previous numbers in the array. Check the examples below. So let's transform this first input, which is 1, 2, 3. And the first entry has no previous element, so it's simply itself. You get to the second element, 2, which is 2 plus all previous elements is 1 in this case, and you get 3. 3 is itself plus its previous elements, which would be 3 plus 2 plus 1 equals 6. So if that's not clear, kind of continue the same process down here, and you should be good. Notes, return an empty array if the input is an empty array. Okay, fair enough. So we'll head over to code, and please pause the video and try doing this yourself first. I'm going to bring in system link. Works well here. And then to sort of keep a running sum, I'm going to make a variable for that purpose. So I'll call it sum. And then I'll use this to accumulate the values that we encounter as we go. So then I'll be able to do something like array select. Remember select, we can use it to transform the sequence we have, in this case ARR, the array, into a new collection, and we can tell it how to transform each value. So that's very appropriate here. If you say select isn't a good name, very descriptive name, I agree with you. Link seems to have, its naming seems to be based on database searching and manipulating data that way. So I think that's where some of these terms come from, even though they may not seem the most appropriately named. If you're a database programmer, they look very familiar. But anyway, that's what select will do. We've seen that in the documentation, and of course you can consult it again as needed. So we know that our array is of type double, so each element that we look at is going to be a double. I'll call mine num. And then what do you want to do with that num? Well, you want to add it to the previous values, right? And this sum is going to capture the previous values. So what I'm going to do is, with each num that I encounter, I'm going to add it to this sum. And so it works out for the first element, right? Because it's 0 and you're not adding anything to it, and you just get the first element. But as you go, someone would have the first entry, then you hit your second value, and it will add the previous one to it, and that process will continue throughout. Now we know that these methods return enumerables, and so we have to convert them to an array. We've done that many times now. That should do it. We brought in link as needed. So yeah, we're going through the whole collection, grab each element, and add it to our running total. And that's what the next element in our new collection is going to be. It's going to be these cumulative values. So let's give it a run. Okay, we have an error. Let's check it out on line 5. Okay, 5. Not all code paths returned. Oh, sure. Yeah, did you see what I did? I think I've done this error in other videos too. So they're looking for a double array, and we didn't return anything, so better take care of that. There we go. Success. So yeah, pretty straightforward there, I think. You could have used for loops if you wanted. If you're still doing that a lot, I definitely encourage you to try using the link methods. But, if you're still unsure and not comfortable, absolutely use the for loops until those things become just second nature to you. So I think that'll do it for this video. This is pretty straightforward. Hit me up with questions and we'll see you in the next challenge. Thanks.